Today marks 5 years since George Floyd was killed by former police officer Derek Chauvin outside a Minneapolis convenience store. Despite Floyd telling him he could not breathe, Chauvin kneeled on his neck for 9 minutes. Events are being held in Minneapolis and across the country, remembering the man whose death sparked intense protests and brought reform to some police departments. Jason Rantala is in Minneapolis with how the community there is feeling 5 years later.
Emotions are still high 5 years after George Floyd's murder. Some are shedding tears, others taking a quiet moment to reflect. People are coming from all across the country to pay their respects.
For many, this is a return trip to George Floyd Square that brings back a flood of emotions. But those emotions are mixed. For some visitors, being here at the memorial is powerful and uplifting. Demetrius Smith planned a trip from Dallas just to be here for the first time Sunday. It's a teaching moment and history lesson for Smith's 6-year-old granddaughter.
I think it's important that they understand what has happened in the past, what still is happening currently, but also understand that they are responsible for their decisions, and it doesn't have to be the way that it always has been.
After having several conversations with people here Sunday, one thing is clear: more work still needs to be done 5 years after Floyd's murder. In Minneapolis, Jason Rantala, CBS News, Minnesota.
Police reform advocates and civil rights activists honored George Floyd in Houston today. Floyd grew up in Houston's 3rd Ward neighborhood. The Reverend Al Sharpton and George Floyd's brother both spoke after a graveside service.
We're still here doing the same thing over and over and over again, but we can never give up.
It was 1955 when they started the Montgomery bus boycott. We didn't get the Civil Rights Act in Congress until 1964. They kept fighting for 9 years, and they never gave up. And we 5 years later will not give up.
The memorial service was followed by poetry readings and a balloon release. And here in New York City, a rally was held this afternoon in Union Square. Organizers say 5 years later, they're still fighting for Black lives and for all who are oppressed.
It's important so people don't forget. I mean, hopefully everybody, when they hear this name, they go back to what was going on in 2020 and what they were doing in that time. You know what I mean? The work that they were, the work that they were coming out and doing in their own communities.
Organizers say there's still a lot of work to do and urge people to stay united.